Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here on Showdown today, and I'm back. I know it's been a minute since you've last heard that, but had to take a small break from months. 3 months isn't exactly small, but yeah, just needed some time to get my head back on straight, to get focused up. But yeah, hopefully we could get the ball rolling, and I could put out some more stuff soon. But in the meantime, here was something new today. It's draft. Draft is, for those who don't know, is essentially you're in a pool with a few other people, and then you guys take turns picking mons. And we all had 90 points to pick 8 mons, which is pretty difficult considering how many good mons there are in the league. So I had to use my points wisely. And yeah, this tour, Valley Battle League, I think it's called, is hosted by my buddy John. It's a money prize, so I said, why not join? And yeah, so just getting into my draft and how I chose to pick my mons and why I did. So what I was going for with my roster is I want to have as much versatility as possible, but also have my mons have synergy, whether it be typings or offensively. So for example, Latios is my first one. Latios is one of my favorite mons, the Blue Jet. Yeah, because do a lot of things. You can run defog if I need removal in a certain matchup. Calm Mind if my opponent has a fatter team. Trick Specs, Scarf. Could even run Memento if I wanted to. If I'm running a more offensive build with a bunch of just setup mons. Screens. Baton Pass is actually allowed in this league because it's national decks, which is pretty important considering Pursuit is also a thing now. So Baton Pass, basically you never get trapped, which is the biggest flaw with Latios, but yeah, that's amazing. So if they have like a T-Tar or a Bisharp, I could just fire off Dracos and not have to worry about being pursuit trapped, because I could just Baton Pass right after, unless they're Scarf, but that's like the only caveat to that. Yeah, Latios can just really do it all outside setting up hazards. Like it can sweep, it can break, Specs Draco, Specs Shy Shocks. Yeah, can run Store Power if you want, plus agility, for a more cheesy set. But not very likely that I'd use something like that, but it's an option. Yeah, this provides a lot of resistances. Water, fire, grass, ground. It's a bunch by itself. Just amazing stats all around. Yeah, just really love Latios. Definitely wanted to grab that ASAP. It costed me 18 points, but it's well worth it. Yeah, it is Latios. Not much else to go into. It can also run Future Sight too, so this Latios can really do anything it wants. Yeah, for my second pick, I wanted Clefable, because I feel like having a fairy type in this is very important, mainly to take on the high tier picks such as Mega Lopunny and Mega Gallade. Clef just like Latios, can do so many things. Can Calm Mind, Trick Sticky Barb, Trick Scarf, can run Stealth Rock if you want. Aromatherapy if my opponent has like a very status heavy type of build. Baton Pass as well. I think it's better than Teleport, though the negative priorities I think is slightly better. Yeah, like Calm Mind plus literally any move, Store Power to break something fatter, like if they have a defensive poison type or something like that. Healing Wish if I want. Knockoff is very solid if they have like a Mega that can't switch in well to Clef, which is one of the reasons Clef is like extremely good in Gen 8 too, because Knock and Trick is so free because there's no Megas. But it's dumbed down a little bit because people can pivot in, but if they have like a fighting type or dark mega, like trick or knockoff is very free. What else? Thunderwave, like again, Clef just like Latios can do it all. I also forgot to mention Latios can also run Thunderwave, but yeah, like Latios is super solid in combination with Clef just because the typings mesh very well. Clef resisting dark and is taking on a lot of threatening physical attackers that Latios doesn't like. Wrist support is nice as well for my mods that don't have recovery. Like Clef, like just incredible. Other people got like Sylveon and Florges, but Clef is just superior always. 2 extremely good abilities in Magic Guard and Unaware. This Unaware is like extremely important versus something like a SD Guard, Chomp, and Zygarde, which is also allowed for some reason. It's like the best check to those two. Because of that, just being immune to hazards just has so much going for it. I felt like I needed to grab it. Clef can even run Life Orb too. So yeah, there's Clef. Everybody knows what Clef does. Amazing mon. Pharaoh's my next one. Just use Pharaoh a lot, even in OU too. It just compresses so many rolls as far as hazards go. Like it can run both Stuff Rock and Spikes. Could even run Curse, which is a pretty cool set. I really like that a lot. If my opponent has a really offensive roster that can't kill Ferrothorn, outside random fire moves, that could be very solid. Just has a lot of really solid offensive options. Could even run Bandit, but if my opponent doesn't have like a solid steel resist, but that's probably not what I'll use, but it's an option, just like anything is. Ferrothorn is just one of those mons. Depending on the matchup, it's always just good. Very rarely will I not use Ferrothorn. Even if they have a Magnezone, you can just run Shed Shell. So in that sense, it's pretty difficult to prepare for Ferrothorn. Definitely wanted this. Just provides a lot of nice resistances, extra water resist, fairy, backup dragon resist if I needed to, and just supports the team in the form of hazards mostly. Heatran is something I wanted originally, but that got sniped, so with the second best option in my opinion. There's also Corviknight, but Corviknight doesn't provide any sort of hazards, because then otherwise I'd be relying on Clef, because most likely I wouldn't be having any other Stuff Rock on this, because there's so little slots to fill that, right? So yeah, that's Ferrothorn. Next one is Moltres. Ever since I've used this in OU, I really loved it. Huge threat to a lot of teams, unless they have something very specific like a Tapu Koko or T-Tar, which is the only things that can really deal with this. The typing of Dark Flying, just amazing typing for breaking balance. Access to Taunt, so they have like a Blissey or something like that. You plot up Taunt, and then you really can't beat you. Like Blissey is like one of the few mons. Moltres is one of the few mons that Blissey kind of deal with very well, because between flinches plus Berserk and all that stuff, you can pretty much just trade with it. And it's not super versatile actually, outside of just sweeping teams, which is really the only flaw with it. But it does its job, and does its job well. Super bulky Ghost Resist too, like for an offensive mon. 125 special defense, not playing any games, which I feel is pretty important for random Aegislash or Gengar. Gotta pack your Ghost Resist. Nasty Plot, agility, 3 attacks if I don't need Nasty Plot in a more offensive matchup. It's just very solid. Rest Talk if I want. If they have something I need to wall, could just run that. I just really love Galarian Moltres. Definitely underrated pick, I think, which is why I wanted to get it. I think it costed me 8 points. Ferrothorn, just thinking about the points, because I don't know if I mentioned it, but Clef was like 16 and Pharaoh was 15. 60, 15, 30. So right now I'm at about 50 points. So I have like 40 left. So, had to choose my last four carefully. So, um, yeah. Next is Mega Manectric, which I think is also, just like Moltres, pretty overlooked and underrated pick in draft because, mostly people want to go for the mindless, strong megas such as Metacham, Zard Y, ones like those that you don't have to think with them. You just click a button and things either die or take huge damage. But my next trick, I was like, I still need a flying resist because something like a Mega Pincer or a Torn T would just like eat me up. So it provides a flying resist that's also super fast. So it provides, nice speed control. Basically has low punny speed tier, which again is a mon I originally wanted, but that got taken early. I think by the first guy. I'm the third pick. So yeah, the guy above me got it. But I feel like Manectric is actually do a lot of work between having access to multiple hidden powers, because you don't need to run hidden power ice if the matchup doesn't call for it. Like if they don't have a Landorus T or Zygarde, you don't need to run that. You can run HP Grass if they have a ground type that's not affected by ice, such as Swampert or Rhyperiors, things like that. It's much better in those type of, and Signal Beam too is a nice tech in case they have like a Hoopa, you just blow it away. Toxic Thunder Wave if you need it for like a Zard X. Just Manectric I feel like is pretty good. Provides Volt Switch supports. Get my Pheromones in for free. And you can also run Modest too because it's so fast. Very rarely would they have something to outspeed it outside Weavile Torn T, in which case in those matchups you'd run Timid always. But yeah, Modest can up the power a bit. Intimidate is really good too. Just being able to pivot around, just really like Manectric. Anyway, it looks on here just aesthetically. And it was my fifth pick because the two people above me already picked their Mega, so I knew once it came back to me, I could just get it for free essentially because they already had the Mega, so I could just get it. And it was like the most. It was the smartest thing to get because it costed not that many points, so I was like, let's get that. And yeah, there's my Manectric. So next I got Entei, which I think is very cool because in this gen, Inner Focus got buffed, so it can't be intimidated. So if they have something bulky that they just want to mindlessly throw in on Entei with Intimidate, it won't work and it'll get punished, such as Landorus T, because people play Landorus T like it's invincible, so Entei can really punish that with Banded, Sacred Fires. Bandit E-Speed is very solid too. Mainly just wanted a fire type because mostly one of the solid ice resist for mons such as Kyurem or anything really. Any threatening ice type that hits on the special end, because they mostly get freeze dry. So yeah, we'll go to that with the next member. But yeah, Entei can run Subtoxic Protect just to be annoying. If they have like a bulkier water such as Rotom that's not affected as much by Choice Band, you could just run that and basically beat it 1v1. Yeah, just like Moltres, like as far as like set versatility, it has a few sets. Like go Natural Gift if you want, but yeah, mostly gonna be running Banded, just a wall break. And yeah, Entei is really cool. It was between this and Cinderace, but just went with this because the Inner Focus buff and just being able to burn things is really cool too. Yeah, Cinderace, can't have the Libero, so it won't be hitting as hard. So yeah, went with Entei instead. E-Speed, still solid too. Yeah. So next, I went with GastroDON. Like low key, one of my favorite mons of all time. because it just walls so many things. The top tier picks such as Diancie, Tapu Koko, takes those on with ease, unless they run like Grass Knot. But you could scout for that, and you don't even die to Grass Knot because GastroDON is pretty light. So yeah. Going Curse, just sweep. If they don't have like a sturdy grass type or something. Recover Toxic, also just the best options if you're not running Curse. And the GastroDON isn't super versatile, but its job is just to wall things, really. I'm saying versatile as far as like having like more than 3 sets. The main 2 sets I'll be using is mostly like Curse and Recover with Toxic. Recover is obviously staple, but Toxic and things like that. And yeah, just in case I face a rain team, GastroDON be pretty good. Between Ferro plus GastroDON, not much rain can do versus that. So they have like a Mega Swampert, Kingdra type of core, like a Wallet with GastroDON. The Sticky Hold is also something too, because one of the best ways to beat down GastroDON is take away his leftovers. But if you have Sticky Hold, it's a non-factor or a trick as well. And in most games, Sticky Hold will be better than Stone Drain because they rarely have a strong water type, so you can just run this. And yeah, GastroDON is one of my favorite mons, which costed me 8 points, same as Moltres. And the typing is just great too. So yeah, for my last pick, I got the god Frogadier, Baby Gren, as I like to call it. It's definitely worse than Gren as far as stats go. The bulk and the speed is worse, but Protein, how do you say Protein? I don't know, doesn't matter, but it lets it actually be threatening. It has so much coverage too. When I looked at it, I was like, whoa, it gets gunk shot still. Because for some reason I thought only Gren got gunk shot, but this also gets it Surf, Low Kick, T-Spikes to support Manectric if they have a grounded ground type. Could even run Scarf with Rock Slide just to snipe stuff. Yeah, this felt like it'd be pretty solid. It's definitely the best pick for 2 points I could think of, because everything else was pretty bad to me. Outside, I guess, like Reboot, but I already had Entei, so it didn't really make much sense. I could form a nice Voltorn core with Manectric. I hate saying the word core. When I say core, I mean like in combination, but tandem is better. But yeah, Frogadier, I feel like it'd be really cool. Like definitely has use in some matchups compared to the other like tier 2 picks. And tier 2 is bad, by the way, mostly. So just wanted to get that. There's my draft, pretty much. Like I said, it was a point system, so Latios 18, Clefable 16. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can look at that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll try to post some of my battles soon, and yeah, peace.